He fell asleep in New Jersey before the bombs hit the ground. Broadcasting from a bomb shelter, he is the nuclear clown. Well. What do we have here? You know, as marshal of these here internet parts, I have to sentence you to listening to my review of Red Dead Redemption for the Xbox 360. A lot of stuff I read on this game said it's Grand Theft Auto 4 with horsies. And that's not necessarily a bad thing from everything I've read. Myself, I have never played Grand Theft Auto 4, so maybe that's part of the reason why I like Red Dead Redemption so much. I can imagine if the games are similar that their similarities would kind of be like playing the same kind of game twice, and therefore not really feeling like you got your money's worth with a game. I can get that. So I went out and I got Red Dead Redemption because I needed a fun game. I needed a game that I could go out and go bowling and dancing and paint the town red with, and this is certainly that game. It's not without its problems, though. So my spoiler-free review is thus, because yes, even when I review video games, I spoil them because I am a bastard. Spoiler-free review. If you've played Grand Theft Auto 4 a whole lot, you're probably not going to see too much new in this. So you're probably going to be a little bit, been there, done that. If you haven't played Grand Theft Auto 4, then I say get it, because it's really, really fun. And again, this is just from my reviews I've read about people who have Grand Theft Auto 4 and they played this, and they say it's pretty similar. Me personally, I don't know. I've never played Grand Theft Auto 4, but Red Dead Redemption is freaking sweet to me. You play a good guy in this game where it would be ultra fun to be a bad guy, and then you'll say, well, Dave, you can always be a bad guy and shoot people and do whatever you need to do and all this stuff. And that's true. You can. The game gives you the illusion of choice. No matter what you do, you can go kill an entire town, skin every horse in the town, and then burn the whole place down. And then the next cutscene, you'll be, please, thank you, howdy, ma'am, I'm pleased to meet you, and all that stuff. So really, your choices don't really have a lot of consequence in the game's story at all. This game could have really taken a page out of Fallout 3, where if you're a total bastard and you do total bastard things, it affects the story, and you actually see it affecting the game world, which really gives you that, wow, I'm really in control here. With Red Dead Redemption, hence the phrase Red Dead Redemption and not Red Dead Rowdiness, you're a bad guy who turned good. And the whole time I'm playing this, I'm sitting there thinking, wow, they should have really set this game back when he was a bastard, because that would be even more fun. So anyway, it's a small complaint because I wasn't going into this looking for an award-winning storyline. I just wanted to have fun with the video game, and it delivered a billion times and then some. One of the things that really, really... I can't even say it really annoyed me. It's another storyline thing, but it just kind of cracked me up, and it really showcased to me that you're just playing a total punk ass. You're playing this guy who he's looking for these two guys he used to be in a gang with. So he goes into town. Find somebody. Oh, you see these two men? Yeah, I seen them, but you gotta do something for me first. Well, alright, but then you're gonna tell me where they are, right? Yeah, sure. So you go off, you do the quest, you come back. Alright, I need you to do something else for me. Well, first you gotta tell me where those two guys are. Yeah, whatever. Do this for me, and then maybe I'll tell you, shithead. And then you're like, well, dang, if you didn't know this, I put a bullet in your head and this, that, and the other thing. So you go off and you do another thing, and you come back, and he's like, "You stupid idiot, do something else for me. You messed this up. Hey, you told me, we had a deal. You told me, you tell me where Marvin and Barvin went. Yeah, well, you gotta go out and you gotta do something for me first before I tell you that. Last one, I promise." So you go out, you do another quest, you come back to the guy, and the guy's like, "Oh, you're still here? Let's see. Go talk to the bartender. He'll tell you what you need to know." So then you go to somebody else, and it's the same thing throughout the whole game. They're constantly cock teasing this guy with and he's supposed to be, his no nonsense badass. Yet he gets dicked around I shit you not, the entire game. People are just fucking with this guy. And you get betrayed at every single turn. You get to Mexico and you get with the Mexican government, and they're trying to quell this rebellion. So, and of course they know where these two guys are because they were referred to you by 6 other people down this telephone game of where so-and-so went. So you end up in Mexico, and you're doing stuff for the government, quelling the rebellion, And I swear, over the missions I did in Mexico, I must have killed hundreds, I'm talking hundreds of Mexican rebels. And then, of course, because they got to do it, the Mexican government turns on you, and then now you got to join the rebels and fight the Mexican government. I killed hundreds of rebels, yet they welcome me with open arms, and they're like, mi amigo, come, share my tequila. This game is racist. But that was kind of silly. It's such a cheap plot device. It's like, oh, well, we need a plot twist to stir things up. We'll have the doctor who delivered him betray him. Like stupid shit like that out of nowhere. And it's like everybody you work with ends up betraying you. And even the government people end up betraying you in this game. And it's so funny because they had billions of chances to wipe you out and kill you after you did the job, after you found these people. Oh, and another thing, they want you to find these 2 people that used to run with. So you find them both, and you're like, well, I found them. Can I have my family back? And they're like, fuck you, man. We got one more guy we want you to get. And you're like, oh, dang. So like the whole premise of the game, people just shit on it the whole game. Even the government guys who are setting the rules, like the conditions to win are you get these 2 guys you used to run with for the government, and then in return we'll give you your family back and let you go live your life. So you're like, all right, sweet. And then you do it, and they're like, no way. But if you get one more guy for us, then we'll give him to you. We promise. So anyway, you get the leader of the gang, and you do what you do to him. And then the government's like, well, here's your family back. Go back to your ranch and live a good life. So you go back to the ranch. And see, here I thought I beat the game because I killed a bad guy. I brought them the 2 guys and the gang leader. And they give me my family. And I'm off on my farm. And I was like, sweet, I guess I beat the game. And you didn't. Because there's a ton more missions that you do on your farm with your wife and your kid. Which I thought was kind of strange for the plotting of the story. It's sort of like an epilogue. It seemed like downloadable content, like, well, you beat the game and now do ranch missions with your son and your wife that you played the whole game trying to get. It kind of was really strange to me, I felt. But this is hysterical because after you do, you spend time with your family and your kid there, then the army en masse invades your ranch and kills you. For what? I don't fucking know. Damned if I know, I'll tell you. I'll spend a night in the Huskow if I know. But that cracked me up. Like, you're doing missions for these 2 government agents, and they have billions of chances to kill you as soon as they're done. But no, they're gonna let you go, join your family, and then they're gonna send waves and waves of army guys to kill you. It's like it's almost like a Mad Lib storyline type deal. And again, if this was a movie, I'd be freaking out about it. I'd be in tears right now, yelling and screaming and carrying on. And there would be Big Mac paraphernalia around my mouth. But it again. I wasn't expecting a stellar storyline, but this was just out of control. From getting betrayed all the time to nobody giving you a straight answer and nobody helping you out. I mean, everybody who's on your side is a fuck up, and you got to do 19 things for them before you get one piece of information that you can use. And but it's fun. It's definitely fun. If it's like me posting Red Dead Redemption review, and then I talk about it for 20 seconds, and then I talk about politics for the rest of the thing. So for all you varmints out there, there's a new sheriff in town. And he likes big old titties. Real big.